folks, right when you can think governments could be any more absurd, they amazingly find a way. Now, I have just gotten aware of this, but it happened in early December 2016, when the US Senate unanimously passed the bill H.R. 6421, Anti-Semitism Awareness Act. This bill is to provide for the consideration of a definition of anti-Semitism for the enforcement of federal anti-discrimination laws concerning education programs or activities. This H.R. 6421 bill passed incredibly silent and very fast, as within 2 days of it being proposed by Senator Bob Casey, a Pennsylvania Democrat, and Senator Tim Scott, a South Carolina Republican. As they describe it, to ensure the Education Department has the necessary statutory tools at their disposal to investigate anti-Jewish incidents. Their broad definition of anti-Semitism includes delegitimizing Israel, demonizing Israel, applying double standards to Israel, and focusing only on Israel for peace or human rights investigations. This bill is clearly aimed at limiting free speech rights of college students who express support for Palestinians. H.R. 6421 was very much supported by, shocker, AIPAC, also by the Jewish Federations of North America and the Anti-Defamation League. This clear attempt to censorship campuses has drawn much criticism, as you can imagine, from civil rights groups, free speech advocates, even newspapers, and hundreds of academics. They are clearly trying to make any criticism of Israel and its policies as anti-Semitic. These tactics are nothing new, folks. Zionists have tried to portray any criticism of Israel, an apartheid state with never-ending expansion, and the world leader in war crimes with 20 UN resolutions against it, as racist criticism for a long time, in an attempt to belittle it for the indoctrinated mind.
That last year passed 20 resolutions against the democratic state of Israel.
These clowns clearly think the masses are too stupid to realize these are political views, not racist. To add to the absurdities, there is a large amount of Jews who also share the same sentiments towards Israel's policies, but of course, they always want to keep them in the dark and never give them the light of day. They are also hoping they are too naive to realize that this is a clear violation of the First Amendment and no court could ever uphold it. Liz Jackson, an attorney with the group Palestine Legal, said as the bill was first presented, quote, "The definition will have a severe chilling effect on campuses, and that is the explicit goal of the Israeli advocacy organizations who promote it. Student activists for Palestinian rights already operate in a repressive environment. If this bill passes, they will face the specter of federal investigation simply for engaging in criticism of the Israeli government's abusive policies." End quote. Student activists being targeted is nothing new, as they have increasingly been subject to broad censorship due to the effort by Israeli allied groups. Each year, Palestine Legal documents hundreds of instances of obstruction, censorship, or punishment of pro-Palestinian activism at colleges. Absolutely no double standard there at all. For example, one student at George Washington University was ordered by campus police to remove a Palestinian flag from her window and threatened with further disciplinary actions. At other campuses, students have been suspended or threatened with expulsion for demonstrating against the Israeli occupation of the West Bank. A professor was even fired by the University of Illinois for tweeting about Israel's bombardment of Gaza. Tali Ben Daniel, the academic program manager for Jewish Voice for Peace, stated, quote, "This bill will go after 19-year-old students carrying protest signs against human rights abuses. This is not how to fight anti-Semitism. This is a recipe for restricting civil liberties, like the right to criticize a government for its policies." End quote. Now I am asking you, who do you think these senators are representing, first and foremost?
Boy, that escalated quickly.